Welcome to the channel, Trading speaking. I'm doing my market preparation for the 9th of December. Let's look at the daily chart. As it looks like, we are a bit in the bullish markets. Market definitely moves up. On the 8th, we had a little bit of an up and down. So we seem to enter a range here in line with that area here. So everything is possible. I would say once the market stabilizes around that level here, then I would go for long, clearly long. If it goes more underneath that level here, then it is more of a short market. And everything in between, as we see here in the daily chart, is kind of range, but it's a huge range, so not really uh, uh, not too big, not 224, it's quite big. So looking here on the previous days, more upwards here, it got a little bit more downwards. So it's really interesting. Will be interesting what happens in between here. Let's add our locations from the last days. Let's adapt them a little here. So we actually can work for the next day. So looking at the locations which were within the day of yesterday. So definitely we have seen here that location is something which should be changed. So it looks like that I was more focusing on the high volume nodes rather than the finishing of the days. So the daily closure is important, hence we better include them in our analysis and in our locations. So looking at this one does not really make sense anymore. I would more say makes more sense if we look here. It has this area. This area used to be an resistance area, and here, and then inside that range, and at some point it went over this range, and then it turned out to be support. Now it went through it again, so let's see what happens once it comes back here. So that location definitely makes sense. Here with this location as well, it was resistance, now it became support. Definitely gonna keep that one. With this one here, I guess without wanting to paint, I always tend to create too many locations, so I want to be careful about that. But this one seems to be, with all the support here and with the rejection here, seems to be an interesting location for sure. And then I would remove that one here, or maybe move this one a bit more up. And here, this one, yeah, and that one, I guess, a bit more up. So let's adopt them. And this one here, a little more upwards, so it's really touching where it was a support and the resistance. And here, that one based on this high volume node here, a high volume zone even. And here, I would more place it here where this high volume area is starting, and And this one here is just take it up a bit so it touches here and take it up here. So when the market crushes into that high volume zone here, that it might consolidate. The market might want to react there. Okay, so let's leave the other locations like they are. And that one is my assessment for the day. Looking in my little glass ball, I would more tend to go for a long market, but the day, is more range-based, about short-term, mid-term or long, short-term, definitely range. So be careful.